Reflection of light. This is what we will explore. Reflection of light. Basic of it, do you know? Basic of it. Whatever we can see, how is it possible? I am able to see this. I am able to see all things that are surrounding me. How is it possible? Can you tell me? You would say we can see, we are able to see all things that are surrounding us because of light is falling on object. You can say light is falling on surface of object. That's why people are able to see all those objects. Even we are able to see. Even animal can see objects because light, because of light. If there is a absence of light, okay, there is what dark area, then our eyes of animal will not be able to see anything. It will be impossible. It will be impossible. Okay. So of course there should be two things. One, light source. Second object. It also depends on types of object. It also depends on types of object. For example, to form a shadow. For example, shadow. How shadow is formed? How is a shadow formed? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? If object will be what? If object will be opaque object. So by opaque object, shadow can be formed. But if object is a transparent, then shadow of that object will not be behind that object because of object is transparent. Okay. Let's just say there is a object. There is a object. Okay. In front of a object is what? A person. Person is not person cannot see anything behind this object. So from this view we can say this object is what? Opaque object. Person is here. In front of a person is what? A mirror. A mirror. You can say a object. Person can see all areas, all things that is behind of this object. Then we can say this object is what? Transparent object. Person is here. Okay, there is a one object. Person uh, feels that this area, this object, yeah, this object, behind this object, something I am observing, something I am observing from this object. So it means you cannot see completely. It means you cannot see completely. You are not able to see a completely things that are behind this object. So some things you can see from that object. Some things you cannot see from this same object. So that object will be considered as translucent object. Okay, these were three types of objects based on light chapter. Okay, so shadow will be formed. Shadow will be appear behind opaque object. It also depends on where is the location of light. Where is the location of light? If let's just say this is the marker, it is an opaque object. Here is what? Light source. Light is falling like that. Then surface of this object will be here. Okay, because of light is coming from this direction. If light is coming from this direction, then shadow of this object will be behind this object. This is side because of light is coming from this direction. That's why. That's why. Okay. So that is how shadow is formed by opaque object. It also depends on where is the location and where will shadow form. So it will depend on where is the location of a light. where is the location of light. Now let's understand reflection of light. Reflection, which means what? Something came and then something came. The same thing will be reflection, but after happening, after something happening. Okay, after something happening. For example, we are taking an example. Let's just say this is what? This is wall. Wall, let's say. This is what? Wall. Wall. Here we are talking about a reflection of light, not we are talking about a reflection of a object. Okay, we are not talking about a reflection of me, reflection of a building, reflection of a house. No, we will take a mirror, but let's understand this. This is what? Light is in front of this one. Light is in front of this one. Let's just say this is light. Okay, this is light. This is light. Okay. Now, uh, ray or beam, ray or beam, ray or beam. Okay. What's the difference between them? Ray, which means one ray. Ray, which means one array, only one line ray, only one line of coming line. Beam, which means rays, correction of array. So instead of saying beam, you can say rays. So when you will say when you will say beam, it means there is a collection of arrays. There is a collection of arrays. Okay. Here this light, this ray light, we have taken a ray. Okay, not a beam. Just we have taken a ray so that we can understand. This ray light is coming from source light. From a source, a ray which is coming from source light is not to be what is not a reflection. This ray is coming from source light and it is hitting on surface of the wall object. So now it will turn into another direction. It can turn this direction, it can turn this direction. Any direction it can turn. Okay. Let's say it is a turning in this direction. Okay. Now we can name this light ray and we can name this light ray. Yes, you are right. Your head is right. Here, a light which is coming from source light, a light which is coming from source light, just you say what? This is incidence ray. Incidence ray is coming from source light. That's why we have considered it as a incidence ray. Now you cannot say that this ray is coming from source light. No. It is coming after hitting the surface of the wall. So reflection, which means a ray which is coming from source light, but that ray will hit this surface, will hit on surface of any object, then it will turn. So turn off changes the direction of light. Change of direction. Change the direction of light is what? Of ray light is what? A reflection just. So it changed the direction. This ray light, this ray incidence ray changed direction after hitting the surface on surface of the wall. It changed in this direction. So this changed ray, this changed ray, this changed direction ray is what? A reflected ray. Reflected ray. Okay, reflected ray. Clear? It is coming from source light, we can say, but it is not coming directly from source light. It is coming it is coming after hitting on surface of any object, that this is what is reflected ray. So here we named, okay, we named this ray we will consider as incidence ray, and this ray we will consider as reflected ray. Okay, reflected ray. Now what about reflective surface? Surface where is a reflecting, where is a reflecting? So this is a surface where a reflection is happening, where reflection is happening. So this is a reflected surface. Reflection surface you can say. Okay, so wall is a opaque object. Wall is opaque object. One thing more. One thing more. What? Here laws of let's understand laws of reflection. A reflection of light. Reflection of light. We are understanding laws of reflection of light. What is a law? It means a property. It is a we are we are understanding what are properties of a reflection light. It will be what we cannot change property of a reflection light. It is decided already. Okay, it is already decided. We have to follow the laws of reflection of light. That is what that is already decided. So first is what you can see. We will draw a normal line so that we can measure angle. We can find the angle of incident ray and of reflected ray. This, as you know, from here to till here is what it is making. It is making angle of 90 degree. So it is also making of angle of 90 degree. Now this, let's say this is a line. This is a line, and on this line there are two angles. There are how much? Two angles of 90 and 90. This is 90, this is 90. As you know, a straight line has what? A straight line makes what? 180 degree angle. 180 degree angle. So this 90, this 90. So of course it is making 180 degree. So if this is 30 degree, let's say this angle is a 30 degree. So you can also tell, you can easily tell that this will be what, how much? 60 degree, because of this is a 30. Already we know that from this let's say OA, okay, and BC. Now you are thinking we are understanding, we are studying what? Mathematics. But as you know, the mathematics is also involved in physics. Yes, but physics is not involved in mathematics, but later will be involved. Now here AO is a we took OA, a line is a line which we took, so that find we can find what angle. That's why we have taken. It is a straight line. It is what? Straight line, like that. Horizontal you can say. This is vertical, as you know. Now we have two angles of 90 and again 90. This is 90, this is 90. If this is making 90 degree, then of course this will make 60 degree. So here we are understanding what? First law of a reflection of light. If the incidence is making how much? Incidence ray, angle of incidence ray is how much? 30 degree. This okay, this from question will say from the surface of the ball and till the incidence ray, what is angle? What is angle? Then you will consider this. You will consider this, not this. Okay, not this. When it will come to surface of the ball, then Now angle of incidence ray, this is making how much? 30 degree. So first law of it says that angle of reflected ray will make how much? How much? Reflected ray. Okay, a reflected ray will make how much? Same. Okay, same. So you can say I is equal to R. I is equal to R. Whatever will be angle of incidence ray will be same for a reflected ray. If we are given what a reflected ray, angle of a reflected ray is 40, then we can say the angle of incidence ray is also 40. Okay, because of this is the first law of reflection of light. So yes, question can ask you what, like that question can ask you, you have given what angle of refracted ray which is a 30, let's say 25, let's say 25. Question is asking, I am not asking. Question is the same. You have given angle of incident ray which is of 25, and now you have to find, you have to identify, you have to calculate what will be angle of angle of between surface of the ball to reflected ray. So it is saying from here to till here, what will be angle? What will be angle? This is what you have to calculate. So you are given what? You are given this 25. Just you will do one thing. What? As you know, this OA is a perpendicular to BC. You would say OA is a perpendicular to BC. From this you will do what? AOB is making 90 degree, and 90 degree. So 90 plus what? 90 plus. So in AOB are two angles. This one, and this is second. Just add 20 plus x is equal to 90. Then you will get this angle. Okay, that is how you can solve. You will solve. So this was one law. This was one law. Second. I am not saying that this will be equal to this. No. This will be equal to this. Now here observe carefully. This is equal to this. So of course this will be equal to this. Yes, it is making 30 degrees. So it will also make 30 degrees. So this both are equals. So can we say that this both empty angles will be equal to each other? Okay. Both will be, I think, here. If a surface of a ball is a plane, if a surface of a ball is a plane, so all incidence ray will be this incidence ray, reflected ray, normal line will lie on plane surface, will lie. If we are getting this, it means a reflected ray, incident ray, and normal line. All things are lying on plane surface. That's why we are getting what? Incidence ray is equal to reflected ray. That's why we are getting this, because of all these three are on surface plane. That's why. Clear? If a surface will be rough, then this will not come into picture. Okay, I will not be equal to R when surface will be rough. Then okay, angle of incidence will not be equal to angle of reflected ray, because of surface will be rough. Okay, this was what? all three, this incidence ray, normal line and refracted ray line will be on plane surface, then I will be equal to R. Now next, types of refraction. Types of refraction. Types of reflection. First is regular refraction. Regular reflection. Second is diffuse. Diffuse reflection. What is it saying? It is saying there will be what, two types of reflection, as I told you right now. What if a surface of any object is what, plane, then reflection will be what, a regular reflection. If a surface of any object is round, then there will be a diffuse reflection. Now regular reflection, which means what, this is a regular reflection, this is what, a regular reflection. In other words, you can understand that a regular reflection, which meaning will be what, and angle of incidence will be equal to a reflected ray, because of regular reflection. It is clearly telling you surface of any object is what, plane. That's why there is happening regular reflection. Diffuse reflection. Diffuse reflection, it means direction of a reflected ray will be like that, like that, like that, like that. Okay. So direction of reflected ray can be any side, any side. But what's the difference between them? Difference is what? In this case, in case of a diffuse reflection, reflected ray, angle of reflected ray will not be equal to angle of incidence ray. Okay. So here this will not be equal to angle of incident ray. Let's say 30. So angle of a reflected ray will not be 30. Yeah, it can be anything, but except 30. This will happen in diffuse reflection. This will happen in diffuse reflection. Okay. So it is a very clear. It is a very clear. Regular reflection means both angles of incidence ray will be equal to angle of reflection ray. Diffuse reflection, angle of incidence ray will not be equal to angle of reflected ray. Clear? This is what is the difference between them. Now next, do you want to figure of this? So it will be, this is a surface of a object. So light is coming, which is a what? It is a reflected. It is a incident ray. Now after hitting on surface of this, it can turn this direction. Okay, it can turn this direction. Second, like that. So it is coming this direction. It will go this direction. Third, here, like that. So you can see what is happening. So here, direction of all this reflected ray, rays are in different direction, in different direction. This is what is the meaning of diffuse reflection. This is what is the meaning of diffuse reflection. Now next concept, let's try to understand. Next concept. Till here, are you clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? No. No, then let me erase it. Let me erase it. Next question. Image formation by plane wave. Now let's understand this. Image formation by a plane mirror. By a plane mirror. What is coming, which is a plane? So it is clearly stating you that surface is plane. Surface is plane. Now, how to form image inside a mirror? Yes, how is it possible to see our duplicate image inside mirror? How it happens? How it happens? This is what we are going to answer. We are going to answer. Image formed by a plane mirror. This is you. This is also you. What? This is not real. This is not real. This is real. This is original object. So you are here. Literally, you are here. So this is object. This is object. So original object will be considered as object. Original object. This is what original. You are original. This is original. Okay. But this is not original. This is a duplicate of this person. So duplicate we will consider as image, okay, as image, because it is a duplicate of a original object. That's why. For example, yes, this is what this is called as. This is a college. This is a image of a college. Now, it is not original. this this image was taken by mobile, you can say, but original image of this is where will be there, where will be what, anywhere, but this is the image of that object, of original college. So we say yes, this is image of college, so we call it image. That's why that's why we will call it this person as an image. Anything that are appearing inside a mirror will be what, images, will be images. Original we will consider as object. Clear? Now, how is it possible to see our self image inside mirror? How is it possible? So here, let's say it is you. This is you. Now, light is coming like that. It will reflect like that, like that. Okay, like that. So there can be more direction. There can be more rays, not only one. So light came like that, and then it reflected. It turned into different direction, and some reflected ray hit on surface of this object like that. Then it will again reflect like that. So these are multiple reflection. These are called multiple reflection. There are happening multiple reflection, then we can say that will be considered as multiple refraction. First incidence ray came, and then it uh, it hit on surface of mirror. Then it turned into another direction. Now this will be known as a reflection ray, reflected ray. Then it will hit on surface of this person. Then it will again turn into another direction like that. Then it will again. So this will keep happening. This will keep happening like that. Like this will keep happening. Okay, and that is how this mirror will form duplicate image of this person inside this mirror. That is how, because of multiple reflection. Light came like that, then like that, then like that, then like that. Okay, that is how are happening multiple reflection. Now what else? Now one thing more. Distance of object between object and mirror. Let's say 3 centimeter. 3 centimeter. So distance of image, distance between image and mirror will be how much? Will be how much? Same, 3 centimeter. This is what? Second point. This is what? Second point. So remember, distance between object and mirror will be equal to distance between image and mirror. Clear? This is one point. I think so. It is clear to you. Now next thing. Height of this is, let's say height of this person is 5 let's say 5 inch, 5 inch, 5 inch, and height of this will be what? Same. So height of object will be equal to height of image. Okay, there will be not any change. There will not be any change. There will not be any change in height of both objects. Okay, because of reason is that we are taking what? Plane mirror. That's why we are taking plane mirror. So all things will be equal to each other. Nothing will be changed one thing will be changed, one thing will be changed. That is what this is what will be changed. Okay, but in distance there will not be any change. In height there will not be any change. What else? Nothing else. Now what about this? This is what will appear. Will appear what changes? Will appear changes. Letter, words. Let's say this is a this is written science word, and when you will put this in front of a mirror, then this science word will appear in opposite, like that. Okay, like that. For example, day is here, day is like that. When this letter will be in front of a mirror, then inside the mirror this will appear like that. How? Like that. Just opposite, not opposite. We will not say this is opposite. Opposite, which means like that. But we will say it is what? Lateral inversion. Lateral inversion. In other words, you can say inverted. We inverted this word by putting it in front of a mirror. So this will happen when mirror is plane. Clear? Now you can say what? You can say image will be erect, will be erect, will be erect, which means straight. Okay, not change. Nothing change in image. Same as it. Height of this is what? 5 inch. Then height of this will be 5 inch. Nothing change. Okay, nothing change. And virtual, virtual, which means this is not in front of you. Meaning of my word is what? This is inside mirror. We are imagining. This is inside mirror. Okay, we cannot we cannot project this. We cannot project this on a screen. On a screen, it will the images will be formed inside a mirror. This cannot be formed. This cannot be formed on project on a screen. This cannot be formed on a screen. Okay, anything that cannot be projected on a screen will be virtual. Let's here you can see this is inside mirror is what? Virtual. Is what? Virtual. What else? Image will be erect and virtual. And one more thing, lateral inversion. This is lateral inversion. Clear? Yes, yes. Words, lateral letters will appear inverted. When letters will be in front of a mirror, then words or letters will appear inverted. Okay. We cannot say this word is opposite of this. No. Opposite, which means this should be half. This should be like that. This is opposite of this. But this is not opposite. That's why instead of saying opposite, we would say this is inverted of this. This is inverted of this. Now let's take some question based on this concept that we explored. This is first question based on a reflection of light. It is very easy to answer. Let's answer this question together. Angle of incidence ray. We understood what angle of incidence ray, angle of reflected ray. Before we read this, can we say angle of incidence ray will be equal to angle of reflected ray when mirror is plane. When mirror is plane, then when surface is plane, then okay. Angle of incidence ray is equal to the angle of refraction. Then okay. Then oh, it is asking options are given. So one is saying always. Will angle of incidence be equal to the angle of reflection always forever? Yes. It is a property. It is a property of a reflection of light. Nobody can change it. Okay, nobody can change it because it is a property. Okay, so yes, it will be always what? Angle of incidence ray will be equal to angle of reflection forever. Yes, first is correct. Till now, first is correct. B sometimes no. Under a special condition, no. Never, no. A is the correct answer. A is the correct answer. Reason was what? This is a property of a reflection. This was reason. Now let's accept next question. Now next question. I think so. There will be what? Uh, Twist will come. I think so. And I have discussed. next question. Next question is saying, is asking what a person 1 meter, not I am. A person 1 meter is in front of a plane mirror. Okay, a plane mirror seems to be how much meter away from his image. Let's say this is mirror and this is what? This is painted area. This is painted area of this object. So reflected surface will be where? This is a reflected surface. Okay, clear? Now, what? There is a person. There is a what person? This is the image of that person, and this is what? Original image. So it is what? How much? 1 meter. So question is asking, what will be distance of this person from this? Okay. So here again from his image from his image. A person 1 meter in front of a plane mirror seems to be. So I think seems to be how much meter away from his image. So this person from this to till here, question is asking is how much meter. A person which is this is person is is in front of this mirror, distance is 1 meter and 1 meter, and okay, it seems to be from here to till here how much. This is what we have to calculate image from this image. If question is asking from here to till here distance, then we would say 2 meter, 2 meter. This is C. This is C. Question is not asking that calculate what you have given distance between object and image, which is 1 meter, and you have to calculate that what is the distance of his image inside a mirror from the mirror. This is what this is not what the question is asking. This is what the question is not asking. Clear? Instead, question was asking a person which is in front of mirror, distance is how much? In front of mirror, distance is how much? 1 meter. 1 meter. And image of this seems here will seem with a distance of how much? This is what we have to calculate. So total from here, main point is from here to this image, what is the distance? So this is given 1 meter, and as we know, this is equal to this distance. This is equal to this distance. So this will be 1. So both together is 2 meter. So that's why C is the answer. This was a twist. Yes, answer is correct. Now next question. Next question. Question is asking, question is asking which of the following surfaces, surface of this, surface of this, will show regular reflection. Regular reflection, which means regular reflection. It means surface should be plane. Surface should be flat. So rocks. You can say it is made of a stone. It is made of a stone. So stone, surface of a stone like that, like that. Okay, sometimes like that. So this is made of this is made of what? This is made of stone. So these are rocks. So surface of this rocks will be what? Irregular. Irregular. In other words, you can say here there will be diffuse refraction. Okay, these are rocks of made of stone. Second is a towel. Towel looks like this, like this. Okay, like this, isn't it? Towel looks like this. So of course it is not there will not be a regular reflection on this surface. Next, a brick wall. Brick wall looks like this, but here something like this. Bricks. So here on surface of a brick wall cannot happen. What cannot happen? Regular reflection. Yes, last is the answer. Placed marble. Placed marble. So it is saying surface of a marble is what? Is what? Totally plain. So on placed surface, on placed marble will what? Will be regular reflection. Will happen irregular reflection. So D is the answer for this question. D is the answer for this question. Now, what about multiple reflection? Multiple reflection. It is saying you have this mirror. Let's say this is mirror. Okay, this is mirror. This is also mirror. This area is painted. This area is painted. This area is not painted. And again here. This is. We have three mirrors. Three mirrors. Now we will take what? One object. Let's say this is a one box. Otherwise you can say here is you. You is here. You is here. You are here. Okay, you are here. You are here. Now light is coming from this source light, like that. So it will hit on this surface, then it will hit on this reflected ray will hit on this surface, then again like that. So this is one reflected ray, this is second reflected ray, this is a third reflected ray. So there are three reflections. So these are three reflection rays are called as multiple reflection. Now this person will appear where? Inside this mirror. It can appear inside this mirror. It can be image of this person will be inside of this mirror, because of this is between these three mirrors. That's why. So here a reflection of this person is how much? 3. One is inside this, one second is inside this, third is inside this. There are 3 images of this single person. So it happened because of light came and it reflected again and again. It reflected again and again of this object. That is how that is how multiple reflection comes. Multiple reflections appear in a lot of mirrors, you can say. So from here we understood how are forms multiple reflections. Now next concept, let's understand dispersion light. Dispersion of light. It is saying light will go this side, this side, this. No, no. Dispersion of light. Different colors of light. Prism, have you seen? Did you see prism? Prism. This is a prism. One light which is let's say white light. This is white light. Okay. This is what white light. White light is going through this by crossing this prism. It will split how much? 7, you can see 7 colors into different waves. So here this side is only one white light, but this side, after crossing this prism, it became how much? 7 lights, you can see. Let's say 7 lights, and colors of these 7 lights will be red, blue, indigo, you can say, but except white, except white. So here there will be 7. Three, 4, 7 are red, orange, Y, yellow, Z, green, P, blue, I, indigo, V, violet, except white. White was here, and these are 7s. So when it will enter into prism, then it will split all 7 colors, except white. It will happen with the prism. You can take a CD was taken. CD used to take in ancient time. Before 10 years ago, CD used to use by people. Now we didn't move this. Okay. We didn't move this CD. Clear? After moving this CD with high speed, when we will move this CD with high speed, Let's say this color of this is red, blue, orange, indigo, indigo. Okay, these are colors. Uh, these are colors. When we will move this with high speed, then all this color will appear. What will appear? As will appear in white color. In white color, it will happen when motion of this will be at a higher speed. Then all this will not appear, all this color will not appear. Yes, rather white color will appear when it will be higher, it will be at a higher speed. Clear? That is how we are able to see what light from CD. But CD has what, seven colors. CD has different colors except white. But when it is moved in circular shape, it provides what, it shows white color. White color. Clear? It is also said that sun has a white color. Sun has a white color. Sun has a white color. Okay, it is also said. According to me, it is a true. It is a true. But till the our eyes, what do we see? Color of sun. We see color of sun is what, white. No, yellow. We say that color of sun is yellow, but actually this is not yellow. It has what, white color. It has white color. Yeah, it appears in a sky when we see. It appears what the sun of color of a sun is what, yellow. It appears just, but actually it has a white color. It has what, white color.